stomach rumbles. A very, very good morning. Early morning. It is I, WJ, the Warrior Jr., here for another educational episode. Sometimes I call it fun-filled episode, but sometimes, I believe that a real friend, this is going to be hard, it's going to say, we'll get into the topic in a second, but will tell you things that you might not necessarily want to hear. I've heard of tough love before. I've heard of you know, um, a lot of different things like that. But I think sometimes, they talk about like subconscious. You can say things and you don't understand, or you don't see things like another person sees things, different point of view. Let me give you an example. Like I have this friend, and he calls me up yesterday, and he goes, "Oh, WJ, I'm just driving around," and I go, "Okay, well, where are you going?" And he goes, "I'm just driving around Beverly Hills. I don't know what to do with myself." And I just thought for a second. I go, "I know this guy pretty well now, and I can't help you." Like I was, I'm tired of offering advice. Like that doesn't mean anything. Like this guy, he just, well, okay, let's decompartmentalize like what I'm saying, so it makes it a lot easier to understand. Number one, this guy doesn't like to walk. Okay, so strike one. Like you're not in good shape. If you're not um, moving around, like he always cries and complains, 15 pounds overweight or 20 pounds overweight. I go, why? And I know why. Because you're sitting in your car, driving everywhere. You're not walking. You're not exercising. You're not moving your body. So what happens is, I think Ultimate Warrior talked about this. If you don't know what to do with your life, walk. Because when you walk, everything is circulating. Your mind is working. Everything is working. When you're sitting, vegetating, kind of like, driving, you think you're working, but you're not. You're sitting there. You're not doing anything. And this guy is, it's amazing. Like he hustles around sending flyers, doing these side jobs, but, he's really not doing anything. He's actually very lazy because, the only reason he's doing these things is because he's getting paid. And that's just a sign of somebody that's a lazy person. Just doing, you're living for money. You're not, living to live. Now, I understand we all need money. I need money. I need the money. Yeah, but you know what? If you're not like, he says, when you become educated, you become successful, like the money comes, right? It's just like with women. Now, again, I'm not saying I know everything of everything, but I'm learning from this great, great site. This guy talks about Far From Weak on YouTube. And he goes, these high value men, they attract these women. The guys don't have to try because they are of high value. Now, how they got there is a different fucking story. But the thing is, do you see, like, when you're this, you get that? Like, that's how it works. And some of these people just don't get it. They're like these hamsters on a treadmill. They're doing the rat race. And what's a rat? A rat is a common nothing. It's a hustling, struggling mammal, trying to survive. It's nothing special. They're all the same. It's like squirrels. It's like ants. There's nothing special. They're nothing special. Now, when you are something special, like for example, let's look at like Ben Affleck, for example. The guy's like worth over $100 million, and you see, he married J Lo. Like it's not that he's just worth. There's guys worth over 100 million. There's billionaires, but he's a fucking high value man. Guy made his movies and wrote stuff and he did all these things, produced, all these kind of things. That's what it is. It attracts the best. Like when you are a high value, you're gonna get. I mean, that's how it is. Chai spice tea. The no special ingredient. Um, and the thing is, I just observe. I watch a lot of people, and that analogy of that guy driving around, doesn't know where to go. He's going nowhere. What he needs to do is park his car at home and start walking. And and then he kind of like came to a realization. He goes, I know what to do. I'm gonna go to the gym. And I go great, go fucking. And he hung up, go do it. But he just, you know, it's really sad. I talked to another friend of mine, and again, he's a compulsive gambler too. Both these guys. Now, my other friend, he's pretty smart, but he suffered, catastrophic losses, years ago, and he spent a lot of money raising his kid, putting his kid through like a very good private school and stuff, and he's a grandfather now. But he goes, WJ, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, I'm getting older, and I want to work. I don't have nothing, And I says, look, we can't, we just take the now, you live in the now and focus on the future. And, um, you're never going to get back whatever you lost. You might get more, who knows? You might get less. But, you know, the thing is, it's like recovering from an insidious thing, drugs, gambling, drinking. These are catastrophic problems. They can be. People have become homeless. They've been incarcerated for the rest. They've been dead. They're fucking really bad illnesses. And I know, because the gambling thing for me is something that I got over. I've made a bet in a little over 2 months now. But the thing is, I've struggled with this thing my whole life. It's very hard when you're not accruing a lot of money, and then you see these offered things like, crypto and commodity futures, and, a casino, like it's open 24 hours. Hey, go there, try to get on a roll, try to make some real money, like, and it's hard when you're sitting on eBay looking for deals, collectibles, and they're, arguing with this guy, like, thinking, oh, if I buy this card for $400, how much am I going to make for it? It's, eBay takes 12.5%. All these things go into my mind, or drop shipping, making $2, like, or whatever. I go, what the fuck is this? It's nothing. How am I going to become a high value man making pennies? It's not. If I was 15, I wouldn't, kid, you don't care. But when you start getting older, my friend that's going to be 66 or something like that, he goes, the time, he equates it to a toilet bowl roll. He goes, when you're out of paper, you're out of time. He goes, oh, you're still 40, 49, you got time. You got time to make it. And I go, well, thank you. But, like, I just struggle with trying to, like, figure out, okay, what is the most efficient route to get to wherever you want to go. I got, I was never really a runner. When I was a kid, I did a couple 10Ks. I think I was able to do it. I think, I'm trying to remember. I don't think I ever finished. But, I got another friend that's he's a good guy too, but this guy, he's got some serious mental issues. Um, he works out obsessively, kind of like me. He I don't want to get into arguing with him, because it's like, it's pointless. Um, but the guy, he just doesn't go after anything. He thinks like showing people in a commercial gym what he can do is gonna lead somewhere, or it's impressive, and it's not. A 24-hour fitness, or one of these regular places, Crunch, whatever. They're for your normal kind of, or this one, this one that I used to go to. I don't know. It's a gay to go. I pick something and do it. I can't just, my, you know, if your brain works, you should be able to figure out something fairly quickly. If you don't, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, because the world is going to go forward, and the people that are successful are going to keep going, and the people that are not going anywhere are not going to, going to be nothing. And people are social animals. You're going to gravitate towards something. And my friend that drives around aimlessly and does nothing, he doesn't know how to think, because he doesn't walk, and he's very lazy. He's got a market maybe a mile and a half away. I guarantee he's never maybe walked there once in his whole life. It's and then if you tell somebody that, they can get mad, they get defensive, they get because they're you're telling them what they don't want to hear. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't want that, you know, and you're upset, then they don't want to talk to you anymore, which is amazing. You try to help people out in life, which generally is hard to do, and then people get very defensive about things because they're fragile egos, like Stallone said. Um, the topic is also basically that's what it is. We're getting in. It's like a nowhere man. I mean, these people, you know, like they're now. I'm putting myself in the same category. I'm not putting myself on a pedestal by trying to put people down because I'm putting myself down. You know, I'm going to be 49 at the end of the week, and here I am. You know, like just struggling to try to repair my credit, struggling to try to build a life, struggling to, you know, I don't like that word struggle because that means it's so you're not going to do it or it can't be done kind of thing. But um, you know, I'm persevering with my doctorate degree, persevering in the health college I'm going to. I ran 5 miles yesterday, um, and I was extremely determined. Now, let me explain why. Um, I like to. I know it might sound kind of stupid, but you know, I like hardware. I like getting something for effort. You know, um, and I said to myself, I know the marathon, the LA Marathon's in March, and I was like, 26 miles, huh? And well, a couple days ago, last week, I ran 2 miles fairly easily, you know, and I was like, all right, well, it's a big difference, I know. But I like the track at this high school that you know, is not too far from me. And it's inaccessible, you know, kind of very difficult because it's placed secure fences all around. I did find one fence that is hoppable. You know, getting back over is a little question because there's like an awning straight down one of the sides. Next time I get in there, I'm going to see if I can somehow manage to climb up on the back the other way. So, like, if I climb over, I'll be able to get out if the school's not open yet. Um, and when the school's open, I don't know if security or whatever there is going to hound me for, hey, what do you do? Who are you? What are you doing here? Kind of thing. Now on Sunday they have a swap meet, whatever, flea market kind of thing, and I knew it too. And I said, you know what? I know they open up the gates, so what I'm going to do is I don't give a fuck. I was very determined to go on the run on that track, and this is the reason why. I looked up like these marathons coming up, and there's a half marathon coming up at the Rose Bowl in January, and it's dope. You know, like these medals they give you now for just finishing. They're really nice. You know, it costs like whatever, $89, $100 to register, get a bib and whatever. Uh, and that was the catalyst. That was the catalyst. Like this, I said to myself, wow, you know, I run this 13 miles, you get this nice participation medal. And, you know, I want to really cut up as I talk about, you know, I'm not bad. But again, you know, my friend that doesn't really understand this, you know, he tried to do it through diet alone, just eating like next to nothing in a day and thinking that he'd lose a lot of weight, he's going to get really cut up. And that's just the wrong way. It's the wrong way because you know, your body needs the nutrition. First off, and this guy's never gone on a bodybuilding stage. You know, he's never gone to a show, probably nothing. So he's a good guy and everything, but again, he just doesn't understand. You know, he lives by the scale. That's the only thing, and scale is not the most. The mirror is the ultimate judge, not the scale. Um, and again, these people like they just are. You know, they're either semi-educated or they're not educated or they don't know or they don't learn. They're not learning as much, so they're not really growing. They're kind of just doing the same thing. Um, and I like these people, so I talk to them. But you know what? I just you know they're not really extraordinary or anything special. He keeps talking about Conor McGregor. I go, dude, you're talking about that's an extraordinary dude. Um, you know, and he goes, you think he's taking something? I go, of course, dude, whatever. But you understand, you're talking about somebody that's very, very, very educated about you know how to train, how to diet exactly. Like with me, you know, I figured out. I said I want to get really, really cut up, it's not, you don't change, you modify the diet a little bit, but it's the running, it's the fucking running, the cardio that's going to get you there. I notice it when I look in the fucking mirror. It's not just, oh, train a little bit more, do a little more ab work and stuff like that, but it's the cardio fucking shit. Arnold talked about it, it's because I learn all this stuff because I watch it and I study it all. So again, what happened was I went to the track, went trying to get in that track, and I said if the security guard tries to stop me, I'm not. I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to say, oh, I'm a teacher here. How's he going to know it's a Sunday? He doesn't fucking know. So I walk through the gate, and security guy said, hey, it's all gated, it's all locked, it's all locked. And I go, I'm a teacher here. I told him that. And he left me alone, and he was right. All the gates were locked. But then I saw on the track, there's a soccer field in the middle. People were practicing, so I knew there was a way in. I walked around and I got in and got to run, and I ran 5 fucking miles. And I felt like if I had to do more, I could have. It's like, so, it was a good amount. It was 20 laps, 4 times around a mile. So 5 miles, in the bag. And I said, oh, so this Rose Bowl is a half marathon. It's 13.1. And that's in January. So there is no fucking doubt in my mind that I know I could do this. There's no doubt. So the important thing is that I'm willing to do these things. I'm willing to do what is hard. And a lot of people, they're not willing to do things. They're just wasting a lot of time, doing things that are stupid, or they're going nowhere in life. Like this person, unfortunately, that's what it is. And most people, if what you need to learn how to do is shut up and listen. Um, if you want to grow and you want to learn, you want to become something. And most of these people, they are they're losers. They're losers, and I don't have to walk around and belittle them because they already know they're either non-accomplished people, they haven't tried to do anything, or they did try, they failed, and they got laughed at, whatever, and they never tried again. They never, and that's the thing, to get like respect, especially as a boxer, that is extremely hard. To be able to become something, in anything, it's you are going to sacrifice, and most people are not going to do that. They're just going to, do a schlep rock job, and then on the week go have some fun, and then say, oh man, and then on Monday go back to work, kind of thing. See, I don't think like this. I have my work priorities with school, and things, but and I really grind, and I do that, and I do the work, and there's a time to have a little bit of fun. Um, for me, that's going out dancing. Like, unfortunately, a lot of these times going out, they're not fun. They're it's it's a different generation of people. Like that one woman that's three. Yeah, I know. I don't want to just talk about that again, but let me tell you something, man. It's really difficult. Now, let me give you an example. There's a clown right now that's sending on in the chats right here, and they're making it look so easy, making life look to be so easy. It's a perfect example, Matt. So I thank you, the clown who's ever writing this stuff about getting women easily. Okay, you know what you're gonna get easy? You're gonna get garbage easy. Garbage. That's what's outside. That's what's doing nothing in life is garbage. Okay. I was working out in the park like 3 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning. And like I tell you, that the fag clubs let out whatever, and these people that on the rings, whatever, they're, some of these fags, they think they're because they did something when they're a kid, they're not in their workout clothes, not stretched out, or just stupid. and they have their food with them. They leave and they leave their. So I go, the trash left, but they left the garbage here, and that's what you're gonna find generally. Like I couldn't get in that track I was talking about, so there's this other park, Pan Pacific Park, big park. So I said I gotta fucking run. So I was running around this area like not a quarter mile, it's a little less. I was walking through to get to that point. Some homeless guy, whatever I know, is a tent there, got out of there and he saw I was walking, so he kind of came after me. He wasn't close enough, but that's what you're gonna find. Then I was walking back after I ran like 4 miles and walking back. There's another homeless guy. Hey, Julio, is it Julio? I just kept walking. Like these are all people trying to reach out that have nothing. They have nothing because they became nothing because they did nothing. You know, they did absolutely nothing. There's a what's it called, like a totem pole, a hierarchy of things. Now I don't, it doesn't, if you're paycheck to paycheck, whatever, but you're actually moving ahead because as much as to say, oh, you're not going anywhere. Well, if you're building your credit and at least you're doing something, you're doing something. But there's so many people out there not doing anything, like my Goylem friend, like this person. I don't, they're saying, well, that's how I make my money is by you clicking on that site. Hey, good for you. But guess what, fucko? You're wasting your time with the wrong person because you're mentally inferior compared to me. You are. I don't do things like this, so therefore I'm above you. And I'm way, way, way above you, dude. On the real male hierarchy, I am. Now I'm not in the league of like Ben Affleck or any of these super powerful people, you know. But let me tell you something. Like as far as I'm concerned, as far as fitness and as far as trying and stuff like that, I'm well on. I'm grinding. I'm a real fucking workhorse, man. Okay. A lot of these guys, they're one trick ponies. They got a great body and everything, young and everything like that, but they got nothing. I clown them when I say I got a master's degree in phys ed. You're beat. You're beat. Where's yours? It's like I told you about that Rolex store. Where's yours? Of course you don't have one, dude. Of course you don't. I clown you guys. You personal trainers with your certificates, I crush you guys. I have a master's of science degree. I crush you. I make you look like a fool. When you're thinking, you're going to try to compare yourself to me. You're going to get crushed. Once I'm a doctor, you got, like, really, that's what it is. It's like that Hans kid, in chess. He's been playing since he's 12. If you play that guy, he's going to destroy you. He plays against the best players in the country and the world, okay? Now, I know life is not chess, but my point is that, it was one thing that he chose, like, to put everything he had into. And that's what it takes in life to be something more than just your average rat, your average nothing. When people come up to you instead of you running after them. A high value man will attract the women. You get that, and everybody, like these guys that I'm talking about, they have their strengths or whatever it is, but they don't work on anything else. Like they don't understand. People, you're not in shape. Well, it's hard. And the guy got nothing to do, and you don't work on anything. And you just hang around people that are the same kind of thing. Yeah, that's why I'd rather not hang around anybody. You know, there's so much to work on if you want to become something. It might be a mountain, it might be insurmountable, like the amount of work that you're talking about. Always something to fucking do, every second of fucking laundry. I go work out once, the fucking clothing is soaked, I wear 3 or 4 different outfits. I got to do laundry like at least twice a week, maybe more. When I work, I try. When I was younger, I didn't do laundry. I didn't know how, but now I do everything. I do it all. I'm willing to do it all to get the things that I want. And I'm very surprised that like the women have not come around, like real, easily for me. I'm very surprised. It's not my ego because my ego is really at bay. I'm not, I don't have a whopping ego sometimes, but it's a healthy, it's good to have a little ego in the right thing. It's good to think you're the shit, as a good boxer, like, from all the hard work you put in, you should be able to gloat a little bit. I'll give you an example. Like I went to my boxing gym, on Saturday. Guys all show up there, and I asked Chicks, one of the owners, and I said, I got to put this question to rest. She goes, "What's up?" And I go, "Yeah, I see guys walking out with their shirts off in here." She goes, "Can I do that?" And she goes, "Yeah, as long as you're not that hairy." So I pulled up my shirt. She goes, "You're okay." So because I wanted to do that for a couple of reasons. I notice when I take my shirt off and I start hitting the heavy bag, I'm more aggressive, and also I like to see the striations and the muscles working, and I like to see what I've accomplished. And I told this to the Tamara, the co-owner. But what's more important, I like to see how much work there is needed to be done. Um, and I noticed I was like looking at myself in the mirror with my shirt off, and I could see some cuts as far as striations, in my obliques, the serratus area, but I said it's not deep cuts like what I really want. Like I want it to be like, like I mean that's this analogy that I can give it to where, dude, that guy is fucking ripped. I mean that's what I'm talking about. Like, and my friend goes, "You're like 12% body fat." Now he hasn't seen me in person. I saw me trying to take a picture in a mirror, and it's kind of hard to hold the camera properly and hit your shot, where you can see. But I have some shots where it shows my, like the not just that six pack, but like the side, the oblique serratus. That's not 12%, dude. It's closer to 9, if anything. I'm not saying it's 4 to 5, but it's up in the high single digits. Um, I think anyway. But I think I could do way, 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 way better. And the reason is because that's why I started running. Um, because I said that's how I'm going to get there. I'm going to, and it's not by standing on the scale. I'm just going to let the mirror be the judge. And it's I'm hungry. I got back from that 5 mile run, and I was like, dude, I gotta fucking eat. This is ridiculous, But you know what? You think you're starving and stuff. Have a fucking banana, just like one banana. It'll hold you over, just for a little bit. And I got to admit, I have like this Jimmy Dean sausage kind of things. You nuke them and it tastes really good. And I have that every once in a while. Like not gonna get fat or anything from this stuff, but I have I started eating grits, like the corn kind of thing, and it's I like it, like I like oatmeal. I have like these berries too, so you know. But the thing is, like, you know, I eat like try to eat the nutrient dense foods, not too much. I'm not a big eater anyway to begin with, but I'm in the 150s, like high 150s, like 158. It might be a little less, but um, I'm focusing on, the distance. Now I'm not the fastest runner out there. I'm okay with that, but I did do 5 miles. I mean, when I stopped, my calves, oh my god, like they felt like so tight, when you finish your run. But it went away, like fairly quickly. Um, and I say to myself, okay, so this run is in January, and we're in like November the 7th right now. So like a little over 2 months, I think, from now, the run. I go, I got this. I'm gonna do this run, and I'm gonna finish that. You know, I'm not gonna be a big deal. I'm gonna get my medal like that. That's it. I'm gonna do it. So that's the next goal. I love having shit to fucking do in life. You know, keep your mind out of the gutter. Like I listen. I know, like, I'm horny all the time. I wish I could get women. I know. A lot of women I'm attracted to, but you know what? You got to keep your focus where your priorities are. Like, and your priority should be, again, you yourself. And most guys don't have big enough goals. They don't dream big enough. And the problem is, you tell some of these people that are quote unquote your friends, these pie in the sky dreams. They go, never gonna happen. You're crazy. Maybe not, but at least I'm a dreaming man. At least I'm willing to fucking work and go for something. None of these fucking people that I know, no offense to any of them, but they have not accomplished anything. Nothing, nothing, nothing. What they think is something is absolutely nothing. They don't. I'm talking fucking. When I say dream big, I mean dream fucking big. Okay. And none of these guys that I know have ever said anything or tried anything or done anything. Nothing. Going to the gym every morning okay, that's cute and everything. That's good. But that ain't fucking like really. That's I mean, dude, I was, if I could get sanctioned as a pro boxer, I told you, I think I could challenge this guy, the super welterweight, Towering Inferno. I feel like I could hold my own against that guy. And that guy's a super welterweight interim champion of the world. Okay? I'm going to be 49 in a week, and I think I can do all these things. And like one by one, I'm going to knock out all these things and like get my doctor degree. I'm going to keep getting money, rebuild my credit, buying higher end cards. Like I am not going to go sit and let life like do nothing and have nothing and be nothing and get nothing. And that's what all these other people are doing. They're doing nothing. They're passing time is what they're doing. I've done that. I did that for a long, long time. Okay, used to go to this bar, sit there with those older people. Like it was all right. Every once in a while, this one hot chick. I remember her name was Jennifer Lynn. She had like pretty big fake tits. She'd come in there, guys were like, wow, yeah. She'd get drunk and whatever, and then leave. And I almost got her one time, and I don't. And that just it's a long story. It doesn't matter, but that's what a loser does. A loser is somebody that go to the bars, they're going to sit there and drink, and then they're hoping like a woman walks in, like in the movies, like Barfly or something like that. It's a fucking movie. It's a fucking movie. Now everybody's got a miracle story, whatever, like that. But that's not how you attract them. That's not how you fucking do it. You become a high status, high value man, the best version of yourself. Then they can't. They have to. How are they not going to notice? How are they not gonna when you're like everybody else now again, just working out, being a bodybuilder or something like that? That's not it. It might sound like, well, I'm the best built guy in the bar. That's not a high value man. It's not a high value man. It's a high value physical man, but it's not enough. It's not enough. You have to cover all the bases. It's like on a good meal, like if you go to a steakhouse or something. If they come back with just a side of mashed potatoes, they're gonna go, "Where's my steak? Where's my side, my vegetable on the side, my bread and my drink?" Like they're coming with a side dish. I go, no, I need the full plate. I need my steak, a steakhouse. So that's what it is. Somebody that's just big, they're a side dish. Or like with me and my dancing, it's a side dish. It's like it's a little, it's an addition to everything else. Now, when you've got one of those things and you've got everything else lined up, when the woman comes up there and then she goes, well, okay, well, you're in this kind of shape. What are you? Says, well, I run my own gym. I have a doctor degree in kinesiology. I'm my own business. Like, all of a sudden, now we have a piece of steak on there with or something to go with the side dish now. We're going, that's a meal. Okay. But they don't have nothing. They don't. Most people don't. Now you don't have to be I'm not. My example that I'm talking about is one little example. one little example. But with me, I'd say I equate it to my dancing, and it's nice, but it's not enough, you know. So I'm getting my doctorate. So when someone tries to fucking talk to me, like women try to talk to me, go talk to someone. What do you do? Kind of thing. They're curious. I go, well, I'm working on my MPH and my doctorate, and they go, wow, Jewel, like they were surprised. Now to me, that's not good enough. I shouldn't have said that. I should have just said, doctor, I'm getting it in a couple of months, like straight to the fucking thing. You know, again, 49 years old. Why are you still in school? Why don't you have money like already? You know, if I would have had all those things lined up, then all of a sudden, the women that she would have called me, that nurse, the one with the big tits, the one I liked. Okay, so this is what it is. It's about becoming the absolute best version of yourself. Now, a lot of these guys, they start from absolute zero because they've been going the wrong way for decades, years, possibly decades. Okay, so it's going to be very, very difficult to look at yourself and going, oh my God, okay, this is all makes sense to me now. So now what I have to do is I have to um, sit down. I'm going to have to really think about this now and see how am I going to get from this point to this like alpha, this really fucking badass fucking version of myself. Now I figured it out, and it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be fast, um, but it's the right way. It's the correct way to go because that's how you're going to get whatever the fuck you want. A lot of these guys, I have a friend, I don't even want to, I have no names, but he pays Chabberbait or whatever. See, he's looking for the fast and easy. You know, that's what most people, the fast and easy. Instead of looking at yourself and going, hey man, you know, I got to fix this problem. You know, if I'm lacking education, I'm gonna have to go back and do this the hard way. If I'm not in good shape, I'm gonna have to go back and do this the hard way. If I have no money or something like this, I'm gonna have to go back and do all this shit the hard way. And that's most people. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna make it so I'm too old. It's too hard. It's uphill. I don't like walking uphill. All these fucking things that people cry, bitch, moan, and complain about. That you know that has to be killed and put to rest finally, and saying, look, man, I am not going to live like that because it's not going to get me nothing. I don't care. I pay the fucking boxing gym $109 a month. This other gym that I'm not using anymore, I give them $70 a month. I haven't been there in a couple. It doesn't matter. Like I know I can go there when I need to, and that's what it is. That's what it fucking is. Like you know, it's everything. It's not just the working out. It's everything. It's not just going to two schools. It's not just running like I did 5 miles a day. It's everything and everything and everything. It's rebuilding the credit. It's looking for deals on eBay, buying and selling, whatever. It's everything. I don't have time to sit around and watch The Mandalorian or Star Wars Rebels. I can't. I don't have time for that. That's nonsense. It's not going to get me anywhere. You know, I'm not gonna watch things. I don't have enough time. I gotta fucking create the absolute best version of myself to get everything that I want out of this life. And you know, there's times you gotta watch a little bit of something sometimes briefly, but you should be so fucking busy working on yourself that you know that it's unbelievable. You know, again, I got weeks. I'm over halfway point done with my health classes. I got like 2 A's going right now. My halfway through the first class of my dissertation. That'll be in a week. You know, I'm cranking that out. You know, like it's all going to come together. It all comes together, and that's what it is. You know, lifetime is going to go forward. It's going to fucking go forward, and I'm not going to sit around and get fucked by it by seeing these beautiful women all the time with these other guys and me like I'm some little lemical. Like again, when I cut to the you know you're challenged by height. You know, if I'm only 5'9", 5'8", you know, there's factors that are well, it doesn't matter. You're bald or your height or something like that. You know what? That makes for a different discussion. But whatever it is, you have to create the best version of yourself. You have to. If you don't, you're just leaving everything up to chance. You're not going to shine. You're not going to be nothing. And when that girl that you see is so attractive, you finally get to talk to her. She's going to size you up very quickly. It's very easy. When you say you're a fucking doctor, that means something. When they look at you and you are in first class condition, that means something. It doesn't mean everything. It means something, something. Remember what I said. It means something. And all those somethings add up. They add up, and when you add it all up, then you get a real fucking man. You get somebody that's like a woman. All right, this guy's fucking really something here. And when you really something, guess what? You'll be able to get something that you won't let you like. That's down again, that one nurse that I saw at that 80s bar that I liked, you know, I feel like I'm on my way. I'm on my way to getting something like that. I just haven't got it yet, but I'm working constantly toward everything, everything. Now, I love these little achievements. What's that medal gonna do, you stupid? I just like it. It gives me a reason. If it takes whatever, some dumb fucking thing to get you to do things, whatever, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna run that 13 miles in January, and I'm gonna do a lot of things. Like I want to fucking just accomplish a lot of fucking shit. Like, and I feel like I really haven't really become the best version of myself yet. So that's what it is. That's what it is. You know, have a little bit of fun every once in a while, but the real work is not really that fun sometimes. Boxing gym opens at 6:30. I'll probably be there. I was gonna go running first, but I feel like after the run, I run so much so far that it's hard. After the run, I need to relax for a minute. I mean, that's a lot. Don't. It's only 5 miles. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. I respect it. The running, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'll definitely be able by 2 months. I'll be able to do that 13 miles. I know I can. Will I do the marathon in March? Maybe, maybe. But right now, focus on one thing at a time. And I got ton of schoolwork to do, and I'm fucking down for it. I'm ready just to jump in, do all the work. And I have free time. I play a little chess on the computer. I do those puzzles, thousands of them. I fucking grind. Like I'm willing to do the dirty work. It don't matter if anybody's watching you. Just fucking get in there and grind away. Grind fucking away and be extremely patient. It's what it is, man. Anyway, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and say a prayer for this clown that sends us, trying to get me to watch his sex things. Good luck, jack off. It's not me.